Thank you very much, and I would like to say thank you to VINNOVA, who is organizing this day, and of course to the Commission who has taken the time to come to Stockholm. We are very pleased. And of course to everybody else who's taking the time, both looking at the web sending and those of you who are here, of course. My name is Marina Fransson. I work in the Ministry of Enterprise and Innovation. I work in the Division for Transport and Housing. And I am responsible for the Horizon 2020 as a member state delegate sitting together with Kristin Wallgren and Lena Eriksson in the committee of Horizon 2020 Transport Committee. I will talk about what is happening in the Swedish government at the moment in the questions regarding research and innovation. Let's see where my presentation is. And there is. Excellent. Every fourth year, the Swedish government put forward the bill to the government for research and innovation. The research and innovation concerns the money for the academia, the money for the formas, the VINNOVA, and the administration of energy mainly, and for RISE and formas, and some other small organizations. So it's a long strategic planning process. The money concerns 4 years, but we are thinking in a 10-year prospects. The Department of Education, the Minister of Education has the responsibility, but it's a bill which is concerned through whole the government. So we are a lot of areas which needs to be integrated into one product in the end. The prioritization which this government has to be long-sighted, 10 years sight is the collaboration, and also using of the research is important. I'm going to describe how the Ministry of Enterprise and Industry is, see if I found a little. I can take it as, we can take it as the last point. Okay. We were supposed to do a technical thing here, but it doesn't work. I was supposed to describe the ministry, how it's organized, but I take that as the last slide. Mikael Damberg is the Minister for Research and Innovation, and he's collaborating with Anna Johansson for Research, Sven-Erik Bucht, who is responsible for I was about to say the countryside, but I mean the rural questions, and which is new from in the ministry. And also we have Mehmet Kaplan, who is responsible for building and from IT. And together the Ministry of Enterprise and Innovation has decided that this is what we want to go forward with in the new bill. And we need more, this is in Swedish, so you can, if you have problems in understanding my English, you can see the Swedish version here. The research, the political research needs to be more targeted for growth and for innovation, and in that order to develop the countries. There needs to be more synergies within the innovation. We have, this government is focusing on a lot of strategies. We have the strategies for maritime strategy with concern of transport, the strategy for forest. It's a lot of transport within the forest areas, how to transport the forest. There is a strategy for export. Within that strategy, we have what focus areas from the transport area. We have the safety is a big strategy within the export strategy. And then there is the areas of digitalization, life science, environment and climate technology. And in environment and climate technology, there is a big issue for environment and climate issues as well. There is the development of the transport sector needs to be targeted, and we have a lot of challenges in that area. We have, within the Ministry of Enterprise and Innovations, we have a lot of organizations who work with innovation systems, and they need a stronger collaboration. We don't know if we are going to put forward emerging the organizations or not, but there is a big investigation going on regarding entrepreneurship and how this should be arranged in Sweden. Also, there needs to be stronger interaction between research, education and innovation. We are already strong, according to OECD studies, but things can be done better. And there is the changes of the system, how to use the money more efficiently. The timetable is that at the moment, last week we had the the Administration of Transport came into the ministry with a report. We had a hearing of that report. There are several different administrations who have different targets to deliver to the ministry. This organization, VINNOVA, is going shortly to deliver a report to the ministry, and also the Ministry of Energy. And we have the entrepreneurship survey and the investigation for entrepreneurship coming in. We have a OECD study coming in, and also Mikael Damberg has actually invited everybody to come into the Ministry of Enterprise and Innovation with proposals what should be within the bill. So it's a very open and transparent process. Many of you will be involved in different hearings, different discussion groups. Each ministry decides themselves how we want to involve all the people who are concerned. We had an open hearing last Friday, but it's never too late to come in with a written paper to the ministry what needs to be done. So we have a very open and transparent process, and that's what the ministry wants to see. Is there anyone who has any questions regarding the bill, the research and innovation bill? Then after that I will go into the how we are organized.
Any questions? Okay, we'll try to fix the technical bit here. Yeah. I can ask you a question while we're waiting for the picture. Do you expect a lot of different stakeholders to be a part of this, or this is an area where there are quite a few, or how do you see the process for the bill?
We hope for a lot of actors to be involved. We have the industry, the private sector and public sector, and we have a historical the history in Sweden of developing is to do things together with the industry, public. So, and we also need to use the money smarter, which means that we need to collaborate more. We need to make the public sector collaborate more with the international public sector, because I believe we have problems we can share. So,
so let's see if we can have a bit larger picture. There it comes. Okay.
This is a little bit of a repetition of what I just said. We have the Mikael Damberg, who is the Minister for Enterprise and Innovation. He's the head of the minister and responsible for the bill. Anna Johansson, that's my minister. She is working with infrastructure only. It's a huge area. Mehmet Kaplan is responsible for housing, urban development, and information technology. And then Sven-Erik booked his minister for rural areas. In our division, in order to use the new organization, the department has several secretariat, and my secretariat belongs to the housing and transport. That means that we have 2 ministers in the secretariat. We have Mehmet Kaplan and Anna Johansson. And the idea is that the housing and the transport needs to plan and decide and discuss more together in order to solve the problems. So we have a high political pressure on housing, and that needs to be planned, and it's a lot of new innovations which needs to be made in this sector. The division responsible for H 2020 is the division for transport and society on the left-hand side. And there is Lena Kling, who is responsible. She was here this morning for you, those of you who were here. And we are always open for ideas of what can be done better. Within the Horizon 2020, all the incoming ideas goes through Kristin Wallgren. But regarding the research and innovation bill, you can contact me directly. So thank you very much.
Thank you.